Why is it that we know what's good for us, but still do the opposite? We plan to eat healthy, exercise, save money, yet somehow temptation wins. What if the real secret to success isn't motivation, but willpower? In our last video, the 5 a.m. Club showed us how mastering our mornings can transform our lives. But what happens when the discipline we build starts to crumble under daily pressure? That's where today's book comes in. The Willpower Instinct by Kelly McGonigal reveals the surprising science behind self-control and how to strengthen it like a muscle. From understanding the biology of temptation to hacking your brain's reward system, this book is a game plan for taking back control of your habits, goals, and future. Stay with me till the end, because I'll share practical, science-backed exercises you can start using today to boost your willpower instantly.
Chapter 1. I will, I won't, I want. Willpower is made up of 3 essential powers: I will, commitment to positive action; I won't, resisting harmful impulses; and I want, focusing on long-term goals. McGonigal explains that self-control is like a muscle. It can be strengthened with practice but also exhausted with overuse. Stress, multitasking, and temptation drain this resource, making self-control harder. The first step is identifying your personal willpower challenge, whether it's eating healthier, exercising more, or breaking a bad habit. Awareness alone creates space between impulse and action. Small daily wins, such as resisting minor temptations, build mental strength over time. The key is not perfection, but persistence. Even one conscious choice can shift momentum in your favor. This chapter sets the foundation for understanding and improving your willpower. Chapter 2. The Willpower Instinct. This chapter reveals that willpower is not just a moral trait but a biological function tied to the brain's prefrontal cortex. The prefrontal cortex helps us plan, focus, and override automatic responses driven by more primitive brain regions. Stress weakens this system, pushing us toward short-term rewards instead of long-term goals. McGonigal emphasizes that our ancestors relied on willpower for survival, resisting immediate gratification to secure future benefits. Modern life bombards us with temptations, triggering the same ancient reward systems but in unhelpful ways. Training willpower involves strengthening the brain's capacity for self-control, much like building physical endurance. Practices such as mindfulness, meditation, and intentional breathing help restore control. By seeing willpower as a biological tool rather than just discipline, we can use science to improve it. Chapter 3. Too tired to resist. Ego depletion. The idea that willpower is a limited resource explains why resisting one temptation makes the next harder. Self-control demands mental energy, and when this energy is low, impulses take over. McGonigal notes that fatigue, hunger, and decision overload all weaken willpower. Interestingly, blood glucose plays a role. Low energy levels can reduce self-control. However, the solution isn't endless sugar intake but maintaining balanced energy through healthy food, rest, and breaks. The chapter warns against relying solely on white-knuckling discipline. Instead, focus on strategic conservation and renewal of willpower. Recognizing early signs of willpower fatigue allows for proactive adjustments, such as removing temptations or simplifying decisions. Ultimately, managing your mental and physical energy is key to sustained self-control. Chapter 4. License to Sin. Sometimes, making progress on a goal can paradoxically give us permission to indulge, a phenomenon called moral licensing. For example, after a workout, someone might feel justified eating junk food. This chapter explains that our brains often turn good behavior into an excuse for bad behavior, undermining long-term goals. McGonigal warns that even feeling good about progress can backfire if it shifts focus away from the bigger picture. The solution is to measure success by consistency, not isolated wins. Avoid framing good actions as a trade-off for bad ones. Instead, connect each win to your identity and future self. By staying focused on why you want the goal, you avoid slipping into self-sabotage. Progress should fuel momentum, not excuse regression.
Chapter 5. The Brain's Reward System. Willpower struggles often come from a battle between the brain's reward system, seeking immediate pleasure, and its self-control system, pursuing long-term benefits. The brain releases dopamine in anticipation of rewards, which can drive cravings even before we act. Modern environments exploit this system. Ads, notifications, and junk food all trigger dopamine spikes. McGonigal suggests reframing rewards to align with your goals, so the same dopamine motivation works in your favor. Visualization and reward substitution help redirect the brain's pleasure-seeking toward healthy behaviors. The more your brain links rewards to progress, the stronger your self-control becomes. By understanding this wiring, you can stop seeing willpower as a fight and start using biology as your ally. Chapter 6. What the hell effect? The what the hell effect happens when one slip leads to complete abandonment of a goal. For example, eating one cookie might lead to binging because the day is already ruined. This mindset turns small mistakes into total derailments. McGonigal emphasizes that self-compassion, not guilt, is the key to recovery. Feeling bad about a lapse actually increases the likelihood of repeating it because stress undermines willpower. Instead, treat each failure as feedback, not proof of weakness. Pause, reflect, and recommit without judgment. Resilience, not perfection, determines success over time. This chapter encourages replacing all-or-nothing thinking with flexible persistence. Chapter 7. Putting the future on sale. Humans are wired to discount future rewards in favor of immediate gratification, a bias called temporal discounting. This explains why saving money, exercising, or studying for a future exam feels harder than indulging in instant pleasure. McGonigal suggests vividly imagining your future self and the benefits they'll enjoy from today's choices. Connecting emotionally to your future strengthens willpower by making long-term rewards feel more real. Commitment devices like automatic savings or scheduled exercise also reduce the chance of giving in to short-term temptation. The closer you feel to your future self, the more likely you are to protect their interests. By reframing long-term goals as urgent and personal, you reduce the brain's tendency to put the future on sale.
Chapter 8. Infected by others. Willpower, or lack of it, is contagious. We tend to mirror the habits, decisions, and even failures of those around us. Seeing someone else indulge or quit can unconsciously lower our own self-control. McGonigal advises surrounding yourself with people who support your goals, as their discipline strengthens yours. Social accountability is powerful. Sharing goals and progress can increase commitment. However, beware of social proof that normalizes bad behavior. Seek out role models, mentors, and peers whose habits you want to adopt. By curating your social environment, you create a willpower-friendly ecosystem that keeps you aligned with your best intentions. Chapter 9. The importance of self-forgiveness. Guilt and shame drain willpower faster than temptation itself. When we dwell on mistakes, we reinforce stress and self-criticism, which undermine future self-control. McGonigal highlights research showing that self-forgiveness improves behavior change by reducing emotional barriers. Compassion toward yourself after a lapse leads to faster recovery and better long-term adherence to goals. This doesn't mean excusing bad behavior, it means treating yourself like you would a friend, with understanding and encouragement. The more you can learn from setbacks without self-punishment, the stronger your willpower becomes. Letting go of past failures frees mental energy for positive action. Chapter 10. Building the Willpower Habit. The final chapter ties everything together into a plan for lifelong self-control. McGonigal urges readers to view willpower as a habit that requires consistent practice. Small, daily acts of self-control, from mindful breathing to resisting minor temptations, gradually strengthen the willpower muscle. Monitoring progress, celebrating small wins, and anticipating challenges all reinforce success. She recommends choosing one specific willpower challenge at a time to avoid overwhelm. Over weeks and months, these practices build resilience, making it easier to take on bigger challenges. The book closes with a reminder that willpower isn't about being perfect, but about repeatedly choosing what matters most. Every choice is a chance to strengthen your future self.
Conclusion: Your Willpower Challenge. The book closes with a clear and powerful message. Choose one willpower challenge and commit to it. Rather than scattering your energy across multiple goals, focus on a single change that truly matters to you. Apply the tools learned, from mindfulness and self-compassion to future self-connection and environment control, every day. McGonigal stresses that willpower is not about instant transformation but about small, deliberate steps that accumulate over time. Each time you make a choice aligned with your values, you reinforce your mental strength. Even setbacks are part of the process, offering lessons that prepare you for future challenges. The key is persistence, not perfection. Remember that willpower grows like a muscle. With repeated use, it becomes stronger and more reliable. Treat each day as an opportunity to practice self-control, even in small ways. Your willpower challenge becomes the training ground for a stronger, more resilient you. Appendix or exercises. The appendix provides practical tools to put the book's concepts into immediate action. These exercises are short, simple, and designed to fit into daily life. Mindfulness breathing helps reset the brain's self-control systems when stress hits. Pause and plan exercises train you to create space between impulse and action. The future self-visualization strengthens your emotional connection to long-term goals. Self-compassion journaling helps recover quickly after setbacks. Dopamine awareness exercises teach you to identify and reframe cravings. Social commitment challenges encourage sharing your goal with supportive people to boost accountability. Willpower tracking helps you measure progress without harsh judgment. Distraction delay techniques give your brain time to override impulsive urges. Each activity is meant to be repeated regularly, turning science into habit. By practicing these small steps consistently, you make willpower a natural part of daily living.
And that wraps up the Willpower Instinct, a science-backed guide to mastering self-control and shaping the life you truly want. From resisting temptation to building lasting habits, these lessons prove that willpower isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up for your goals, one choice at a time. But our journey doesn't end here. Next, we're stepping into the fascinating world of investing with Burton Malkiel's classic, A Random Walk Down Wall Street. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned investor, this book will change the way you think about the stock market forever. We'll explore why chasing hot tips rarely works, how to build a smart portfolio, and the surprising truth about market unpredictability. Thank you for watching Empowerment Library, your space for personal growth and financial wisdom. If you enjoyed this summary, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications so you won't miss our next deep dive into A Random Walk Down Wall Street. See you in the next video.